quarter how engaged the citizens of this community are. I hope you're not going to disappoint me, so we're going to try this again. Good afternoon. Much better, thank you. Well, it's a pleasure to be here. My name is Tony Ferrara. I have the privilege and the honor of serving as your mayor, and I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be here today for this very momentous day. First on our agenda is a Pledge of Allegiance, and if you would please face our flag. Is this a beautiful flag or what?
Wow.
And join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very fitting for a ceremony that marks our Independence Day. We'll talk a little bit about that in just a second. Before we go too much farther into the program, I do have a few introductions to make. Can you all hear me back there? First of all, I want to acknowledge our two members of our city council that are with us today. Jim Guthrie is here. Jim, where are you? Raise your hand. And Chuck Fellows. Chuck was around here somewhere. There he is over there. Hi, Chuck. And also, I had to twist a little arm, a few of the arms of our neighboring cities, but not too hard. And we're privileged to have John Scholes from Grover Beach. John, raise your hand. And Councilmember Bill Nichols. I'm sorry, Mayor Pro Tem Bill Nichols. You won't let me forget that. I'm not sure if you all had an opportunity to take a look at the agenda, but we do have a few speakers today. Rich Krumholz is here from Caltrans. He'll say a few words. Supervisor Kacho Shajan is with us, 4th District Supervisor. Bill Hart from the Historic Resources Committee and also representing the Historical Society will be with us. And then Bob Lund, who is the President of the Village Association, is here with us. And then we're going to have our formal ribbon cutting, and Judith Beaton, who's the CEO of our chamber, will be here to conduct that ceremony. I also want to take just a brief moment and thank two people. One, Bob Lund, for all of his hard work in setting the street up. And also, when we were having our planning meetings for this event, Eddie El-Halou, who most of you know, who owns Broadway Jewelers here, said, you know, I think I can probably arrange for the music. And so we said, okay, Eddie, go for it. And he did not disappoint, did he?
This does bring back a lot of history. 37 years ago, I had my first job at the Shell station working graveyard shift, and this was a discussion. In 1978, I became the treasurer for the Harvest Festival, and this was still a discussion. Even though we had a great partnership working with Caltrans, and Rich has been a real asset for us to work with, I didn't think it will happen, but I had the trust, and knowing how hard our mayor works, Mayor Ferrara, thanks to your leadership and his council, we are here today to celebrate the Independence Day. With that, I have a little certificate, and I apologize due to the budget, we couldn't frame it. It does recognize the city of Arroyo Grande upon a relinquishment of Branch Street from the state of California to the city of Arroyo Grande. Congratulations, and our work does pay off. Bob Lund and Eddie El-Halou, my head's up to you guys.
Thank you, Groucho. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce Bill Hart. Bill is the chair of our Historic Resources Committee and also is today representing the Historical Society. Bill?
Thank you very much. Branch Street does have quite a history, and I'm here to talk a little bit about it. First, we're representing the Historical Resource Commission of the City of Arroyo Grande, which is, to let you know, made by the City of Arroyo Grande to preserve the historic nature of the village here and of the other assets and resources of Arroyo Grande. Also, we're part of the Historical Society, who has done a marvelous job in promoting the museums they have and the events they have down here. Branch Street is historic. A little bit of the history of it being formed originally by Branch when he laid out the city in the 1860s. It's pretty much stayed the same. It was a street, unpaved street until the 1920s. A major event was in the floods of 1909, 11, and 13 when the Tallyho Creek cut across the street and divided it in the middle, and now they have a bridge across it. In the early 1920, 21 area, they paved the street, and that was a big improvement. The city hired young men and boys to hand sweep it since they didn't have street sweepers, and one of those boys was my dad, Harry Hart, and who later became superintendent of sewer and streets and water for the city of Arroyo Grande. Then later on, in 1934 or approximately, Caltrans, the state of California, declared this to be 227 and a state highway, and it's been pretty much under their control ever since then. We want to show you down in the back behind me, there's a couple of exhibits that you'll see by the Historical Society. Also, you'll find some vintage cars and also a dilapidated buggy, and that buggy was called the Harris courting buggy, which was used to court Walter Harris and his wife here in 1909, 10, 11 on this very strange same street when it was still a dirt area. So we're, both the Society and the Historic Resource Commission are very excited about the prospects of now having historic Branch Street. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. Last but certainly not least, my pleasure to introduce Bob Lund, who's the president of the Village Improvement Association. Bob?
Thank you, Tony. I can certainly tell you that we're all proud to be part of this event today. We've looked forward for this for many years. And the Village Improvement Association has worked hard to keep the village looking beautiful, and this is certainly going to help us. The project is further laid out behind the fire trucks, and the Public Works has a full display of all the plans. Behind that is the Historic Society, showing some of the shots from way back when. Before 227, it was 147, and they have some great shots that they pulled out of the archives for this. Behind that, we have the Arroyo Grande and Bloom booth, which is working to beautify the whole city of Arroyo Grande, and we're very thankful that this is happening to the village, of course. And behind that is the showing of what's going to be done on the Paulding Wall. And then behind that is the Tree Guild, which is also working hard to make this city beautiful. I don't know if you've been down Bridge Street lately, but there were 19 Chinese dispatched. Thank you. They know the stuff better than I do. So they planted those, and they're beautiful trees right now. They've gone into their dropping all their leaves, but wait till next spring. So anyhow, thank you all for being part of this event, and thanks from the heart of the Village Improvement Association.
We're going to move right into the ribbon cutting, and I would like to invite our counsel, Jim Guthrie. Jim, if you would come up. He's still here. And Chuck Bellows. Chuck, are you still here? And Bob, I would like you to join us as well. And Eddie, where are you? Eddie, you've earned a spot up here. And Judith Bean, who's the CEO of the chamber, we put her in charge of the ribbon cutting. So they do it so often, they're very good at it. So we're going to get on with it right now.
Okay. And if you want to be part of the ribbon cutting, just get behind us. Because it's your town too.
Feel free if you want to huddle around behind us and get in the picture, please do. Don't be bashful.
Everybody move up. Come on up. Get it started. You want me to get the pictures and you get in there?
No, I'm taping this. I'm video. Thank you.
Now I'm on the video.
Yeah, you are.
Good.
Spoiled everything.
I forget, does this actually cut?
Oh, look who popped in at the last minute.
We're going to do a practice.
Yeah, on the count of three.
Yeah, you.
You got to cut it. But your whole position's the wrong way, so you need to say chamber of commerce.
We're gonna do a practice, Judith.
Practice?
Practice
Okay.
first.
Okay, this is a dry run.
One.
2, 3.
Okay, now we're gonna
So, on
start.
the count of three, you want to cut that ribbon?
So we're gonna do.
Okay, is it really gonna cut?
Yeah, we're gonna cut it.
Okay. All right, here we go, folks. 1,
1,
2, 3. Thank you so much. On behalf of the city council, the city staff, and everyone who worked so hard to put this event together today, we want to thank everyone. Thank you all for
Get that?
taking time and being part of the celebration, and don't rush off.
Hey,
Stick
Sam.
around.
How are you?